Hello, welcome to the Dirty Purse podcast. I'm your host, Marissa, and cool chick Jess couldn't make it today, but I'm here with Leo.
Hello.
A.K.A. Mad Dog, A.K.A. El Hellboy.
Yeah.
A.K.A. Leonard.
No, what is it? A.K.A. Seco Creek?
Ooh, that's you, because I told you were sick.
Let me make it rain with dry skin, dead skin.
That's gross. Okay, so let's get into it. So a lot has happened since the last time we recorded one. Let me see. So what's been going on? We had the Super Bowl halftime show. That seems like it was like 6 months ago.
I know.
We had did you watch it?
I did.
Did you like it?
I liked it.
Yeah, it was fun, right? I liked it a lot. We had J-Lo and Shakira.
Better than Maroon 5's.
Oh, yeah. Gross. Did you see everyone complaining because J-Lo was, I guess, on a poll?
No.
Oh, you don't go on Twitter. Oh, Twitter's...
Why? What were they saying?
Just that my kids are watching this show. It's like, were you complaining when gross-ass Adam Levine took off her shirt the last year?
I mean, she made Hustlers and she's got the experience and the physique and like...
And she was also wearing like a bodysuit, a nude bodysuit.
Yeah.
On top of like...
Like, why not use your moves that you learned and spent like hours? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So. And then I think a lot of, I guess, non-American Hispanics were like, well, why does Shakira perform with J-Lo? Because like Shakira's like an international superstar, like outside of the U.S., right?
I mean, yeah, you could say
she's like on what, like on that type of level of like
nationwide. I mean,
not worldwide. I mean,
worldwide, yeah,
not kind of like a Kylie Minogue.
Yeah,
you know how like she's sort of known here, but then outside of the U.S., she's like
major,
like a mega star.
But I always thought, I don't know if it's just because
we know Shakira.
Yeah, like in my eyes, she's major.
Yeah, to us,
you know what I mean?
But a lot of people were. Well, see, that's the thing to us, like Hispanics that grew up with her music. Yeah. We know that she's this huge star, and they were questioning like, well, why does she need to have somebody else? I guess.
But it's just every Super Bowl that I've seen or halftime. There's always like special guests,
and it made sense because they're in Miami, and you have J-Lo,
exactly,
and then you have like
the Latinos,
yeah. And I liked it because they had like you know how Latinos would come in different colors, and for some reason, like the Black Latinos are always left out.
Yeah.
Whenever if somebody says what does a Latina look like, they're gonna describe like Salma Hayek or Sofia Vergara. You know, how do you say her name?
Vergara. You said it right.
Okay, so. But, like, they always kind of, like, leave out people that look like Rosario Dawson or Zoe Saldana. So, and the way they had, like, just a mixture of, like, everybody, it just kind of, like, made me, I don't know. I was like, woo! I was dancing in the living room.
Inclusives of all.
Yeah. Because I don't know. Some artists will forget that there's other people of color that you should include. So, you know who you are. So, but yeah, so I don't know. I liked it a lot, and then
we need music.
Oh, that's right. We need an intro song, but none of us play instruments. And
I have a little piano thingy. Like on the iPad where you could like create like a little.
Oh yeah, go ahead and create it.
I'll try.
And send it to me. I asked my husband to make me a song because he plays instruments, but he hasn't. Okay, so what else happened while we were gone? Let me see. Oh, Joaquin Phoenix won an Oscar for The Joker. Have you seen it?
No.
You still haven't seen it?
I haven't seen it yet. I have a list of things that I want to see.
It was really good. I liked it a lot.
It looks good. Like every time they show clips of it or whatever, he went to like different awards and stuff.
I know. He like won all of them, right? Like all the awards.
He won Emmy, right? No, wait, not
Golden Globe.
Golden Globe. Yeah, and then the Oscar.
And then another one, I think. I don't remember. But did you see that stupid song they had made on SNL? No, you hadn't seen it?
No. What song?
It was called White Male Rage.
No. Who made it?
Melissa Villaseñor.
I'm trying to remember which one she is.
She's some stupid bitch. Like, she was talking about the Oscars, and she was saying, like, white male rage. And like, I when I saw the Joker, because I remember like a lot of, before it came out, everyone was saying that it was like glamorizing incels and, you know, those type of people. But when I saw it, it's nothing like that.
Okay, I'm stupid. An incel? What is that?
Oh, it means involuntary celibate. It means they feel like they're ugly people who don't have sex, but not by choice, but it's because of the way they look. Mm-hmm. And
not because the ones that are by choice are the asexuals, right?
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah, and they're celibate by choice.
By choice.
But yeah, but it was originally created by, I guess, a woman who's, I guess, trying to create a community among maybe women who feel like they're not attractive enough. And then it was overtaken by, it was I think most popular on Reddit. It was overtaken by a lot of men who feel that way, but at the same time are very angry about it and feel like, I don't know, they'll talk shit. Yeah, that's like, the word. And they'll talk shit, and you know, and there's a lot of anger towards it. Mm-hmm. So that's what they're trying to say the Joker was about, was like glamorizing those type of people. But it wasn't. What it's about, and the reason why rich people like Melissa Villaseñor is singing about it, is because when you watch it, you realize it's about how the rich keep fucking over the poor until the poor can't take it anymore. And they actually find a leader among a fucking psycho. That's how fucking desperate they are for some type of change.
So I'm not... Obviously, I haven't seen it, and I'm not giving like any spoilers, but I have seen a clip where he goes to therapy. Mm-hmm. And he keeps saying, like, you ask me... Like, you basically, like, you don't give a shit about me. You keep on asking me the same things over and over. And I'm over here giving you my money for you to be asking me the same stuff every week. So is that right?
Yeah, it's kind of like... And well... It's been out for a while, so spoiler alert, whatever. But yeah, but eventually, like, he's, I guess, in a program, and they cut the funds for that program, so he can't even go and get the help that he needs and the medicine that he needs. But yet the rich keep getting richer, and you kind of see yourself siding.
Okay.
With this crazy fucking lunatic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it has absolutely nothing to do about incels, about people who can't have sex because they think they're ugly. It has nothing to do with that.
It's just somebody that's already gotten to the breaking point.
Exactly. And then everybody, not just somebody who can't afford their medication. It's everybody's poor. Everyone's struggling. And then you keep seeing people get richer and richer and richer, and they live in these compounds, and yet you can't afford to see your doctor, get your medication. You can't afford anything. So, and then that's what it's about, and yet they try to make it about like white people, white males. Yeah. And I don't understand where they're coming from when they're how do I say it? They're alienating a large group of people based on their sex and their race. Mm-hmm. And to me, that's fucking weird, because if you could do it to that group, you could do it to anybody. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? And they think that by belittling the problems that younger white men may face, that somehow makes other problems that minorities might have more important. Yeah. And it doesn't. By acknowledging the problems that young white males are facing does not diminish the problems that Black people or Hispanic people are facing. And I understand, like, there should be more Black actors, Hispanic actors, more Black and Hispanic directors, or Asians or Muslims. I understand there should be a lot more of that. But by making fun of a group of people because of their race and their gender is just fucking weird to me. Yeah. And to me, that doesn't make me be like, it doesn't help the point that people of color are trying to make, that there needs to be more diversity. Right. I don't know. It does, in my opinion, it doesn't. It does nothing, but... So that song was about all these movies that were nominated? Yeah, like the nominees that were all...
I don't know. People are just...
It's just... I don't know. To me, it's weird to alienate people instead of bringing them into your own group. Like, yeah, I know you're troubled and shit's going on with everybody, so I get where you're coming from. And, you know, just to, like, make fun of them, make them... I don't know.
And again, it's a movie.
But what I was trying to say is like rich people like that. They're trying to make people. It's kind of like I'm sorry, I'm a little bit of a conspiracy theorist, so well, I'm gonna get it. It's kind of like they want us to be mad at other poor people who are struggling, because when we're mad at each other, we're not paying attention to the rich, the people that are really truly fucking us. So, and it's shit like that, like propaganda like that is mixed into comedy shows and talk shows like Jimmy Fallon, Stephen, my God, how far he's come from the Colbert Report to what he is now. Jesus fucking Christ.
It's all about the Benjamins.
You can't, oh wait, he's not Jewish. Yeah. So
what was I gonna say?
No, I'll tell you about it.
Oh.
Ilhan Omar, she said that about some Jewish organization. What she really was saying that it really is all about the money, but since they're a Jewish organization equating them to being like money hungry,
like a stereotype,
it's a trope, and she wasn't doing that. Anyways, but
even if I said that, I have no idea. I'm fucking Mexican, and I don't know these American. Well, you know what I'm trying to say. Yeah. I'm Mexican American, but I grew up, a mom from Mexico. Mm-hmm. So these little, don't say that about Jews, and don't do this, and I'm like say what?
Well, yeah, everything's gone like, say what?
I'm like, what are you talking about?
What am I doing?
Yeah, what did I do wrong, huh? I'm sorry, Twitter. Like, you always have to go, like, I didn't know what I was saying.
You're canceled.
Stupid. Oh, my gosh.
But yeah, like, all that propaganda, like, it's embedded into that. So, and when you sound crazy, when you say, like the way I'm saying it, you sound like, oh my God, you're fucking insane. It's just a joke, right? Like, but it's not. They really want us to not focus on rich people because they're truly the fucking problem. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. But speaking of actual white male rage, Pete Buttigieg. Okay, Pete Buttigieg, before Iowa was called, he was saying that he won. Did you see that?
I saw that.
It feels like it was so long ago, but it wasn't. So he had like 3 days of I hate using mainstream media because Trump uses it, but you know what I mean.
I mean, it's
CNN, MSNBC, CBS, all of that. They all gave him like he did his tours of like his speech, and then he's a winner.
What do you call those again? They're called like when I'm thinking of like a beauty queen. Yeah. There's something speech. I forgot what it's called. Damn. Anyway.
So he got that, and
like their victory speech or some shit like that. I don't know.
I remember when it was happening, it was like everything was like fucked. Like they started using an app. Did you hear about that?
Yeah. Yeah, I know. That I do know. Just the other stuff I was like.
Shadow was created by some company named Shadow, which, come on. And it came out that Pete Buttigieg have given them money, DNC, but also some other candidates have given them money. So apparently they didn't even test this app, and they fucking used it.
So this is my question. Before the Iowa Caucus or whatever, right? Caucus, I can't say it, caucus. How much in advance did they know that they were going to be using an app? Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, I think.
Because, I don't know, like, you go when this is the way y'all are going to vote. Like, from what I took, a lot of people didn't even know how to use the thing.
Yeah, and Bernie.
And there should be in advance, like, this is our way, we're going to do our voting. Kind of like an orientation type of situation.
Yeah.
But nobody knew what the fuck they were doing.
And luckily, Bernie was ahead of it and had his own people use their own app. And I'm a conspiracy theorist. So I really think they were trying to steal it from him by saying, this is what the app has, Mm-hmm. But since Bernie had his own internal numbers and his own counting, they couldn't really do that. You know what I mean? And even till this day, New York Times, Associated Press, and I forgot which other news organization, they haven't even called it because they said there's too many inconsistencies.
That was my next question, too, because we know Bernie got New Hampshire, right?
Yes.
You heard it? I was going to ask, like, does anybody even know what happened in Iowa?
It's like we moved on, right?
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck? Who? So, what happened?
So, okay. like we said in our other episode, the Iowa Sucks episode, like, it's so convoluted and so fucked up. Like, I don't know if what I'm saying is correct, but okay, so Bernie won the popular vote by 6,000, right? Mm-hmm. And everyone that was screaming for the last fucking 3-4 years that Hillary won the popular vote, now suddenly, well, Pete got more delegates. Mm-hmm. Okay, so the app fucked up. Bernie had his own numbers, his own app, his own numbers. So they were, and it looked like Bernie was going to come away with it because they have something called satellite caucuses. And what that is like people who work or go to school or can't make it for one reason or another. Like they get together and I guess in certain locations and they vote. They do the caucus themselves. Mm-hmm. And Bernie's campaign was really, really good about getting people out in the satellite caucuses and making sure they had rides and they could get there and voter outreach.
Yeah.
And it looked like Pete was going to win, right? And then they forgot about the satellite caucuses. And even New York Times had like a pin, like a ticker, like most likely to win or who's going to win. And it was to Buttigieg. But then they had to remove that because the satellite caucuses votes were coming in and they were mostly going to Bernie. Ooh. So then they're like, oh shit, Bernie's going to come away with it. And then at that moment, Tom Perez, who is the chairman of the DNC, I hate that man. He should resign.
I finally saw a picture of him.
Yeah, que feo. But and then once that started coming in, of course, New York Times took off the little ticker pin because they didn't know what the fuck to do. Tom Perez panicked because it looked like Bernie was going to come with it. And he goes, enough is enough. We need a recanvass. Ooh, jale. Like,
why? Because Bernie's like in the lead all of a sudden and you're not getting your fucking weight.
And then Buttigieg calls and complains.
That's so stupid.
And I forgot. Like, I was keeping up with it and then one day I was just like, I can't do this anymore. I don't even know what the fuck's going on.
So what are they going to do with Iowa? Redo? No,
I don't think so. But then that's not fair because people work and go to school and they took time, to go there. You see, why do they do this? Why do you need to have a fucking caucus? Just have everyone go vote
at the poll or whatever. Right? Yeah.
We have early voting. We start, on February 18th? In a few days. And it lasts for 2 weeks. Tuesday, right? So I can't go on the first day, but I'm going to go on the weekend. Mm-hmm. I mean, even fucking Texas is doing that. And you're having caucuses. Oh, I swear, I fucking hate the DNC. So everything's fucked in Iowa. Mm-hmm. And,
good in New Hampshire, but then that shit happened.
What happened?
Nevada.
I forgot. Everything's so fucked.
The lady that was working for, what's that one place? She's supposed to be like organizing the...
Oh.
I forgot her name.
Yeah. Emily Goldman.
Uh-huh. Well, who does she work for? I forgot the company.
She works, it says Iowa organizer. She was an Iowa organizer for Mayor Pete Buttigieg until February.
Until? Mm-hmm. She's still...
And then she went to go work for the Nevada Democratic Committee. No, I'm sorry, Nevada Democratic Party.
So, anyway, she's gonna be, doing counts and stuff for the DNC?
Yeah, like, she's there to make sure it goes for Pete Buttigieg. And I'm just kidding. And Nevada said, we're not using that app. We're using a different app. How about just using pen and paper?
Right.
Like, or pencil, like I don't understand why they need to use apps.
A lot of older people don't have phones like that. Like, my parents don't have flip phones. So do they have a designated area, like when you go to Best Buy?
Well, yeah, there's a captain that uses the app. So it's not every single person's using one. It's a captain at the precinct, like, will count it and use it. But that doesn't mean the captain knows how to properly use an app.
And you're going to trust somebody to send your vote in for you?
Oh, and then
that's stupid.
Also in Nevada, they recently changed the rules. I guess people who can't make it to the caucuses in Nevada, they have to fill out a paper ballot. So before, I guess you just filled out one, and that was it. But now you have to fill in your top choice, your second choice, and your third choice. But if you don't have a second or third, I think there's an option to put like no one or unaffiliated or whatever. But if you only put the top choice and you don't fill out the second and third part, they throw out your ballot.
That's not
fucked
right.
Up. Yeah,
that's not right.
That's yeah. This is the Democratic Party.
Okay,
that's doing this.
Do you remember the lady that wanted her vote back because she found out Buttigieg is gay?
Was that in Iowa?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
If they can do that in Nevada, then that lady gets to have her vote back. It doesn't matter the situation. If she wants her vote back, give it back to her. Because everyone's changing up rules however they want. So you're going to toss those ballots or whatever with only one person listed on there. And then, well, I want my vote back. Give me my vote back.
And then what they did also in, what they did in...
I'm not against anything. I'm just saying, I'm using her as an example. Because the lady that was there, well, I'm not sure if we can do that. And blah, blah, blah. Because she was like kind of like one of those people that volunteer for him, for Buttigieg. She was trying to convince her, well, and I know that's not right, morally right. Like the lady's stupid.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Yeah, that's fucked up. But the way you're trying to persuade her, come on, like, well, I don't know, we can do that. I know it only benefits them whenever. Okay, well, we already have the vote.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right. She wants it back. I don't know. I'll ask. But then, like, you want to go and do all these other stupid things that aren't fair, like tossing what you said.
And that's not fair to any candidate.
Yeah, anyone. And that's whatever.
But they also
fucking coin tosses and all the stupid shit. It's like, what the hell?
I know, right? It is. Oh my! It is so fucked. And this is why people get discouraged and a lot of people don't vote. Is because it's like, what's the fucking point? Like, the Bernie campaign had so many people in Iowa call and canvas, and people from out of state are going over there to help out. There were so many people, and they were robbed of that moment of like, when you work so hard and then you finally get, oh, okay, this is what I worked for. Yeah. They were robbed of that.
Satisfaction at the very end.
They were robbed of also that momentum of, all right, let's fucking keep going. Yeah. They were robbed of that. And that was the point, was to do that. And I remember that night, I was just like, I remember feeling like,
there's no hope.
Fuck. Yeah, I felt tired. And it was just the first state. And I was like, they're already starting. Like, I'm already fucking feeling it. And the CNN, MSN, especially MSNBC, my God, they're over there stating, well, yeah, Bernie got the most votes in New Hampshire, but when you look at the three people behind him, they're centrist. So the majority of people like centrist. That's not how it works. Mm-hmm. You don't add up, like the Kansas City Chiefs won the Super Bowl. You don't add up all the people that lost to him, their score, and say, well, these people had a bigger score than you, so they're the winners. Right. You don't do that. That's not how it works. Yeah. And then they tried, I fucking hate Chuck Todd. Chuck Todd is a stupid fucking bitch, and I can't stand him. He was on his dumbass show, and he was saying, he said...
He looks like a rat, too, just like Buttigieg.
Okay, Chuck Todd said, last time Bernie was there, he got like 50% of the vote. He was only up against Hillary Clinton. And now there's 8 other people? Yeah. Like, of course he's not going to get 50% of the vote. There's 8 other people involved. And he's like an actual journalist on a major network who makes millions of dollars said this on national fucking television. Oh, God, I can't stand that fucking man.
I've been watching a lot of, crime shows and stuff. Mm-hmm. And I laugh every time, the defense lawyers are always trying to say about the person that's, is being judged or juried, whatever you call it. Judged. Juried. I meant judged. That's on jury. Juried. Anyway.
What happened?
They make up the biggest lies to get their client off. They make up, like, the craziest stories. Well, the reason why was, this person, it was self-defense or something, right? Mm-hmm. So then why did you stab the person 27 times and then shoot them after? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Oh, because there's always an excuse and a reason. And then you're sitting there like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Like, the story doesn't make any sense. Like, that's what they're doing.
Oh, they're just, like, convoluting it?
There's just, like, your story sounds like it's, like, from Imagination Land. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like they can't pin anything on Bernie because he's been so consistent throughout his whole career. So they're just...
There's nothing that they can't...
This. Yeah.
They can't...
They're going with this.
That's kind of weird. Like, why don't people realize, like, no matter what you say about Bernie, he's never done all this other stupid shit. He didn't get caught, like, red-handed doing stupid shit like Clinton or Trump or... You know what I'm trying to say? They've
been trying everything and nothing's sticking because everything he said, he's been saying since the beginning.
Could it be that he's actually honest?
And see, that's why they hate that.
Yeah.
Because then it puts them in a position of
hypocrites, liars,
yeah,
money hungry, greedy.
Yeah. So, oh yeah, and then what else happened? Andrew Yang dropped out, so I liked it. I mean, his healthcare plan was doo-doo, but
he was a very charismatic, charming.
Yeah, and he made good points on the debate stage. Like, he always was always saying that Trump isn't the disease, is the symptoms, you know, and that's a great point. And
every time I would see him on stage, I don't know, like, he was, like, super chill all the time.
Yeah.
And, like, if nobody even got to him, he'd just, like, stand there, like...
Well, I guess I'll just stand here.
Yeah.
And I feel bad for his supporters because Bernie's still going through a lot, even in this election cycle. But in the last one, a lot of the stuff that Andrew Yang was going through, Bernie went through. Completely ignoring him. Like, if he's on the polls, saying his name wrong, not saying his name. Somebody used a whole totally different picture that wasn't even him. It was a different Asian man. And then in one debate, they had the big American flag on the screen in the back, and then they had Andrew Yang, like, positioned right in front of the red part with the star, kind of making look at... What do you think when you see that?
But he's...
Foreign, Chinese, anything other than American.
I mouthed it. I didn't want to say...
Communist. Just anything that you think of when you see that. And
also, I'll never forget one of the moderators, the very first, I think it was first, second debate. She was looking at Steyer. Mr. Yang. And then, like, she's still asking Steyer.
Yeah.
But then, and he's like, I'm over here.
Yeah, see?
And to me, that's fine. It was a mistake. But she doesn't even turn and acknowledge him, like, oh, I'm sorry. I meant Steyer. Like, and she's like, she says his name twice, Mr. Yang. He's like, I'm over here. And she doesn't even acknowledge him. She just says something like, I meant... Like, she doesn't acknowledge him at all.
Like, you didn't even look at him.
Nothing. I'm like, you're a rude bitch.
And when they do shit like that...
I thought that was really rude.
When they treat people like that, the candidates, it makes their supporters even more, like, determined. They grow in numbers because of it. And they continue.
So what do you
keep doing it to...
Bernie and Yang.
Huh?
Bernie and Yang.
What do you mean?
President, vice president.
No. I like Yang, but no.
Not that much? Who would be?
Nina Turner. I like Nina Turner.
Okay.
Do you know who she is?
No.
You don't know who Nina Turner is?
I have to look at her probably if I see her.
Ooh, I love Nina Turner. Or maybe Barbara Lee, but I'm kind of... Barbara Lee's a really good...
I'm not in that deep, girl. I'm just...
Barbara Lee is from California.
Okay. Nina Turner.
And she's a really good progressive.
If I see her, I might know her.
I don't know. Like, she's from California, so then when Kamala Harris announced she was running, she endorsed Kamala Harris. But even though her views and policies are more in line with Bernie, and to me, that doesn't sit right with me when you're like, well, it's politics. Well, I don't want it's politics candidate or president or vice president. I want a Bernie, somebody like Bernie who's like, no, I'm not going to do that.
Done.
Fuck your politics.
Yeah.
And so I mean, I would be really happy with Barbara Lee. because she's a good progressive. But I don't know. Like, that just really didn't fucking sit right with me. Like, well, she had to do it because she's from California, and Kamala Harris, who gives a shit? You know, AOC, when Bernie had a fucking heart attack and he was in the hospital, she didn't run away. She was actually not going to endorse anybody until the New York primary. And what she did instead was, when Bernie needed that endorsement more than anything, because I think if he hadn't gotten it, I think he would have, like, I don't know if he would be where he is right now because of that. But since she did that, like, and he needed it at that moment, and it takes a lot to do that, to say, you know what, I'm not going to wait, and I'm going to give him this momentum, because the Pelosi types, the Tom Pettis types, they don't like that. They don't like for you to revive somebody like Bernie like that again. And that's what I like. And what Barbara Lee did, it didn't sit right with me, but whatever.
It is what it is.
What else are we talking about today?
Bloomberg.
Oh my God.
Where do you begin? Where do I... Okay, can I say something? Yes. Bloomberg. I might be, like wrong. I feels like there's been so many debates in my opinion. And then all of a sudden he's like, bloop. Like he just popped in out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Is that what happened?
He has a lot of money.
So he wasn't at first campaigning and stuff like that, right?
His name was being floated around, and I'm sure he was putting money where it should be. Oh, like, when did he donated $300,000 to the DNC? They changed the rules for the debates, so now he's eligible to be in the next debate. And this is the thing that pisses me off the most, is the DNC talks that shit, like, oh, we're for people of color, we're for the black women, brown men, and blah blah blah, and then yet they didn't change the rules for Cory Booker. They didn't change the rules for Kamala Harris. They didn't change the rules for Julian Castro. It wasn't until this dumb fuck Bloomberg gave them money, and suddenly...
That's crazy.
Oh, yeah, we could change the rules. Yeah, and Bloomberg is, like, hiring all these people. And at the same time, people were getting upset like, oh, how can you sell out like that? But people have bills to pay. Like, and if he's offering you that much amount of money...
I heard he was reaching out to influencers. In my opinion, a lot of influencers, especially like the ones on Instagram, are in it just for the follows and the money. Like, the models they don't have no and this and that. Yeah. So they're not going to give a shit about politics. They're just going to be like, oh, okay, you're paying me? Sure.
So if he called you and he's like, hey, Leo... I heard you have 2 followers or 2 listeners. I'll pay you $10,000 a month. For $10,000 a month?
A month? For the rest of my fucking life?
No, until December.
No. I'm not gonna... You know how fast that money's gonna go? You're crazy. If it was for the rest of my life...
You would?
Yeah. $10,000 until December?
A month.
Until December?
Yeah.
That's not enough money for this bitch.
Damn, Leo won't sell out for shit.
You don't understand. $10,000 a month, and then I'm gonna, like, build this nice, comfortable life, and then once that stops, I'm gonna get my house foreclosed or
why don't you just save it and then... Oh, we're talking about shit that doesn't even exist.
Well, wait. I was like, I'm Hispanic. I forgot I could save. I didn't think about that part.
Oh,
I was just thinking about splurging.
I couldn't do it either. You know who Joyanne Reid is?
I'm just gonna say yes and Google every person.
Okay, no.
Every person that you...
But I envy you that you don't know who any of these people are.
But I'm not in person. I know people by their. You know what I'm trying to say? So
okay.
Yes, I know who that is.
She said on MSNBC.
Reid?
Joyanne Reid, yeah. Joyanne.
Oh, Joyanne. I think I know who she is.
Joyanne.
I think it's Julia.
Joyanne Reid. Joyanne. I feel like I'm not saying that right. Is that her name?
Joyanne.
Okay. Anyway, she said on her show that Mike Bloomberg used to be a Republican, and in order to beat Trump, you might have to elect a Republican. What the fuck is she talking about? Why would you elect in a Republican? Why would you elect a smarter, richer Trump? Because this man has sexual harassment cases against him, like Trump.
Got a lot of money.
This man isn't for minimum wage increases. A billionaire isn't. He thinks that we should double the class sizes in schools and get better teachers.
Wow.
He thinks that you should...
Because, like, the ones that they're not working now, they're going to get dumber by the
They're not working hard enough, the teachers. And he thinks that if you skip your lunch and your break, you'll be a better worker.
No.
This is the man that MSNBC, CNN, and Pelosi-type Democrats want to elect as the Democratic nominee.
Look, if you're anything like I am, is, whatever, when it comes to school, doubling the classes, like, I need that freaking extra attention. You know what I'm saying?
And there's a lot of kids like that. And in order the teacher to...
Or I needed it. I'm a grown-ass woman, but you know what I mean? Like,
you still need it.
I do. Actually, I failed too. We always talk about all the classes I failed, but anyway...
But
I need that,
this
though.
is the person they want to elect. And
no, it's ridiculous. And no eating? Like, how the fuck are they going to even function teaching these kids whenever you're thinking about food?
What do you mean?
You said no lunches for teachers?
No, like any worker. If you don't
Any worker,
if you don't take, he says if you don't take a break or a lunch, you'll be a better
whatever. What the fuck does he eat? Like, what does he eat throughout the day? I'm being sarcastic. Like, what does he do? That's why he has all this money, because he doesn't eat, shit, sleep.
People were saying they like Bloomberg.
I don't know why either.
Like, you know about Stop and Frisk in New York?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so, and then he has a lot of older black people liking him. And I don't understand why. And there's audio of him saying, we'll go to the black and the brown neighborhoods, or if they don't have a gun on them, it just means that it's at home. Because we all just have guns.
Right.
You know, like, we're all criminals. We're all just itching.
And it's recorded that he said that?
Yeah. And you could find it on... Oh,
wait, but why am I even freaked out, or, like, my jaw's dropping when Trump is our president?
Exactly. So, and then they're playing it on, was it CNN or MSNBC? They're playing that, and they're like, they were talking about the reporter who uncovered the audio, and they're like, but what's his motive? Who gives a fuck?
He said
Listen
it.
to what the person's saying. And the woman that said that, I'm sorry, I don't know her name. She actually used to work for Bloomberg, but they don't disclose that on CNN, MSNBC, wherever the fuck she was talking. They don't disclose, hey, she used to work for Bloomberg, so what she's saying kind of might be a bias. But
right.
They don't do that. They let her talk her shit and say that things like that. And it's like, who cares? Like, what do you mean? What's his motive? Like, why aren't you focused on what he's saying, on what Bloomberg's saying? Like, why are you focused on the reporter?
Right.
It's not like the reporter edited the audio to sound this way. It's what he said.
He's clearly saying,
yeah. And I mean, you know what? I mean, if he's elected, he's gonna lose. If he's gonna be the nominee, he's gonna lose to Trump. Because I'm not gonna vote for him. I'll vote my local and state, but I
just not gonna vote.
For sure, will not vote for him. I think I'm at the point where if it's not Bernie, I'm not voting for anybody because I'm not going to continue. The reason why the DNC continually puts people like Buttigieg and Klobuchar and Biden and Bloomberg is because we keep voting for them, because they know where the type of people are where we look at it as a bigger picture. Like, well, what about the Supreme Court? Because Ruth Bader Ginsburg's probably gonna be gone soon, and you know, what about the type of shit Trump's going to do now that he was impeached, and the type of power he thinks he has now, and that he could do it out in the open because they're not going to impeach him. So they know that our party thinks about that.
Like, it also comes down to, like what you said earlier, you lose that feeling, that feeling of just like, when they take that away from you.
That momentum.
The
satisfaction of all the hard work you put in,
and then it makes you like, after all that, and then it's like, well, if he's not going to be the nominee or whatever, right? Then what's the point? Like, why go and vote? You know what I'm trying to say?
I think Bernie has to win big. I think he has to win so far that they can't do any type of fuckery to it and try to.
But how does that happen?
You gotta call, canvas. I'm gonna call next weekend for our state, for Texas, for Super Tuesday. And
vote.
He has a lot of Latino support, and if we could get our people out to vote, I think we could get him the nomination.
I wish. I mean, I hope.
Oh my God, if it's our people that gets him the nominee, I'm gonna fucking freak out. Because for so long, they've all, the sleeping giant, that's the Latino vote, blah, blah, blah. Is it finally awakened? And
well, that's what happened with Obama, right? A lot of, like,
black people
went and voted for him, so, I mean, it's not the same thing, you know? but he's fighting hard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say?
And he has and I was reading an article earlier, and they were saying how, like, Buttigieg and Warren, they were trying to do Latino voter outreach, and it's just like, you're too late. Bernie's been on this since before I was born.
Right. So like, that's what I...
You know what I'm saying? Like, you could do your fucking bullshit trying to talk Spanish like Buttigieg. But...
What'd he say? This evening? Oh.
What did he say? I was laughing.
Something this evening. I heard somebody yell, "Esta noche!" Did you hear the person yell? You didn't hear, like, had to replay it over and over. And you could finally hear, like, really at the very end, like, you know, like, low. God. Anyway.
And I think I don't know. I think we like Bernie because he's not a bullshitter. Like, when you see Pete, you're like, we know your type. You talk that shitty Spanish and...
Oh, wait. You talk the talk, but you can't walk the walk.
And Warren, too. We know what she's about.
The shitty Spanish. I just heard you say it, just processes in my head.
So I don't know. Man, I hope it's us that, because he's they're Super Tuesday and it's gonna be California, Texas, and he's gonna be in Nevada next week. Nevada votes. Ooh,
my husband votes whatever I tell him to vote, so he's gonna be voting for Sanders. Oh wait, Nevada. There's a debate this week. Wednesday?
Yeah, I think there's one on Tuesday or Wednesday.
That's where he's going to be on that stage?
I think he's able to, but is he confirmed to be there? Oh.
I don't know.
I hope he is, so then, I really, really hope Bernie doesn't do, you know how he says, my friend Joe Biden, I hope he doesn't, I hope he goes in hard and tells them that he is what's wrong. You know, I hope he doesn't do this nicety bullshit, because he is the fucking problem. I mean, he's buying a fucking election.
And here we thought Buttigieg. This one came soaring right above him.
I think the plan was to have him win Iowa and New Hampshire and kind of have that momentum, you know? But everyone could see what the fuck was going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, all the shenanigans.
Did you guys be shenanigans?
And then how he's... I don't know, he's like... He's such a rat bitch. I fucking hate him.
Oh my goodness.
Like, he just I don't know what to say. Like, he's fucking CIA. Conspiracy theorist. Let's do this. Let's go in.
Oh my gosh. Oh, but my eyes stopped twitching finally. Jeez. And that's going to start twitching again after a Wednesday. Or whenever, was it? A Tuesday. Wait, that's...
What?
So today's the 16th, 17th, 18th is the Tuesday. That's when early voting starts.
In Texas.
And then Wednesday is a debate.
Is it the debate?
Yeah, it's Wednesday. Check. I think it's Wednesday. I thought I heard it was Wednesday. So... But that's in Nevada, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and then South Carolina votes after.
So then when did this start to count in numbers in Texas? Like, you know, for...
It's Super Tuesday.
So that'll be that same day where we start?
No, it'll be March 3rd.
Oh,
Is
okay.
that Super Tuesday? Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, they'll get all our votes, and then we'll see what happens. Oh, did you hear about, what's his name? Key and Peele, Michael...
Keegan Peele?
What's the bald guy's name? Not Jordan Peele.
Keegan Michael Peele. Keegan, yeah, something like that.
Okay. It was announced that he was going to endorse Buttigieg, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, a few hours later, the campaign said, oh, no, he's not endorsing. He's just, like, doing, like, I guess the importance of voting.
Yeah. Isn't that endorsing?
No, not...
Wait, what?
No, he's not... Buttigieg has a history of making up black support. Like, black people support me. He has a history of doing that. And then he said that... what's his name? Keegan Michael Peele?
Keegan Michael Peele.
Who's
no?
No.
I was reading it and I said Keegan Michael.
What's his name?
Keegan Michael Key.
Keegan Michael Key. Jordan Peele's
Yeah, Jordan Peele's the other guy.
Oh my god.
I'm so stupid though because I'm literally looking at the name and then you go, what's his name? Keegan Michael Peele. And I'm like, yeah. And it says it right here.
Anyway, so he did end up not endorsing him.
Damn.
I know, right? Oh my god.
Oh my god, this is so crazy. Like,
you think they're gonna do some? You think they're gonna try to fuck around?
Of course they are.
In Nevada and try to get Pete or Bloomberg.
Already, they already started before even.
They were. What happened?
The lady, the bitch, the GNC lady.
Oh, about the. Oh yeah, that's right.
You know, so I'm already thinking like.
What? It's gonna be shitty.
It's so funny because I don't know names. I'm like, yeah, the DNC lady. Like, nobody's gonna know who I'm talking about, but you know what I'm talking about. It's like, you get me. Nobody else does. You're like,
maybe that's why we only have 2 listeners.
Well, Bloomberg is gonna change all that. Just kidding. You're right.
Please give me money. Just kidding. Oh no, hell no. I hate him. I don't know who I hate more, him or Buttigieg.
Nobody gives a shit about Trump anymore. He's like a little toddler, a little child, just like, stay over there.
And people think like Bloomberg said, I know we have the same friends, like rich people, and they don't like you. Bloomberg told Trump that. Mm-hmm. And it's like, who gives a shit? I don't care. Like, right? I don't care. Like, and people like fall for that. Like, oh yeah, he's the one to beat Trump.
That's like that same shit that Hillary said about Bernie. You know, nobody likes him. Like,
and then nobody likes her.
Look who you hang around with.
Oh, and you know who Ghislaine is? I'm sorry. No.
Yes.
No, you don't. Ghislaine. She used to work with
a weird name.
With Jeffrey Epstein.
Ghislaine. Did he jizz? I'm just kidding. On her lane. No, what
and
about
tonight
her?
we have comedian Leo.
What about her?
She used to work with Jeffrey Epstein.
Mm-hmm.
You know who Jeffrey Epstein is?
Oh, I know who she is. The lady that was caught, like, she was taking pictures at they took pictures of her at the, like, cafe or something. Yeah, I know who she is.
But the main point is she worked for Jeffrey Epstein.
Uh-huh.
Do you know who Jeffrey Epstein?
Yes.
Okay, who is he?
Jeffrey Epstein, the one that hung himself.
That's what you know about Jeffrey Epstein.
And he molested girls.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, so what
trafficking?
And trafficking, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of pictures of her in Bloomberg.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, I was like, what else do you want me to say about her? I was waiting. What else?
Jeffrey Epstein, the guy who hung himself. That's what he's known for.
Sex rings and molester minors, yeah.
And Bill Clinton was in his child rape plane. And Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm. Donald Trump, too.
Oh, yeah. Those are the friends Bloomberg was talking about.
What's his name? Prince Andrew?
Oh, Prince Andrew.
Mm-hmm. Girl, this is...
Did I see what?
Mayor of New York is endorsing Bernie.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, because
De Blasio.
Uh-huh.
And then, you know how...
I was thinking, because what's the name? Bloomberg was the mayor. It's just funny how everything...
Was it The Hill?
The Hill?
It's, I guess a newspaper or some shit. I don't know. I think they tweeted... Mayor de Blasio endorses 2020 Democrat. They didn't even say Bernie's name.
Damn.
Oh, and that's how they were like when he won New Hampshire, when Bernie won New Hampshire. That's how like all the Articles like Klobuchar surprisingly comes in third with Buttigieg in second, but they never mentioned who was first.
Wow.
Yeah.
Shady much?
Yeah, I know, right?
There's this guy I watch on YouTube, Rich Lux. I'm going to say what he says. Shady the House.
I don't get it.
Shady the House? I don't know.
Shady the House?
Yeah, like clock at the house. I don't know.
I don't get it.
He's being shady.
Shady the House?
Ask him.
What
Never mind.
house?
Never mind. You ruined it for me.
I don't know what that means, though.
I don't know what it means either. I was just going to say what he says. Shady the House. Like.
What house?
Like shady much.
Okay.
Never mind. Edit.
But Shady the House?
I don't know.
Why the house?
Well, let me Google it now.
The Googler.
The Googler. Let's see. Shady the House. That's what he says. It's funny when he says it, not when I say it.
Well, I don't know what that means, sir.
Let me see it. The Urban Dictionary says. Oh, maybe I shouldn't say it because it's primarily used in the LGBTQ, and then they're going to be telling me stuff like, you can't use it.
Our
it's
word.
It's a drag term, I guess. Well, never mind. Don't put it because I can't say things.
Let me see. What does it say?
It says here like clock at the house, meaning that something unfavorable was noticed, or it could mean like, did you notice a highlighter on that queen? David says, girl, sister packed on that highlighter the house. So like it's like a butt, you know what I mean? There's examples. Abby, when Jenny says, I walked into the club ready to party. We're walking, talking, EDM and neon lights the house.
I think you should stop saying it.
Let me see. One more. Wow, that was one trashy performance. Sis clearly had no clue how to dance in heels. Clock at the house. I can't say that because it's...
I don't know any slang words.
I'm like a kid. I'm repeating what I see. But I didn't know it meant that, but now I know what it means.
I don't know.
I kind of knew what it meant, but...
Yeah, I don't know what words mean. So I'm like, whatever.
Like, even it looks like shady, like damn, you know? You know what I mean? But I didn't know if it was used, like, in the community. Mm-hmm. So I don't want to be like, oh, well, you can't.
Just do whatever you want. Fuck whatever.
I don't want to be excluded.
Just do whatever you want. I mean, you're not hating on anyone.
Stupid. I know. I like that. I love Rich Lux, and I love...
Well, then just do what you want.
Fine, then. He's being Shady the House.
Oh my god.
I love Urban
I don't
Dictionary.
know who that person is.
I know.
Sorry. I try to use Urban Dictionary sometimes, but I'm like, I still don't know what this means. So it's like, whatever, I guess.
I didn't know that you could put other things to house, so I learned something new.
Oh, cool.
Do you know what I mean? I thought it was just like Shady the House or like Clock at the House, but now I know, like, damn, that taco was Fatty the House. Mantecoso. Right? I think I used it right. Anyway, whatever.
Oh
Anyway.
Shady the House. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Patrick Duvall dropped out.
I know who that is.
You do? Do you really? You don't know. You're getting your phone again. You don't have to look him up. He's nobody.
He's nobody? Okay.
He's another billionaire.
Oh, he's another...
Do you know who Michael Bennett is? Mm-hmm. No, you don't.
Who the hell are these people?
He was in the debates before, and he talks like,
Maybe.
Are you making fun of my automobile?
Okay, now I gotta see the face of that voice.
He's the one who has ass cancer, but is against Medicare for all.
Are you serious? Wow. What's his name again?
Michael Bennett. Well, he dropped out too. And, like, nobody cares.
Oh, not a football player.
Is that his name, Michael Bennett?
I know, it's a senator, right?
From Colorado, is it?
He is... I don't know. He's not for medical for all? He has cancer?
Or he did, or some shit.
But he has money. He can fix himself.
Yep. Oh, yeah,
No one
I
can
wanted to
fix
talk
me.
about how, like, so many progressives, you know who Steyer is, right?
Mm-hmm.
How so many progressives like him. And it's just like, come on, guys. He's a billionaire.
Did he do something really, really bad in his life? Because he's like, I've dedicated my whole life and my money to all this, like,
No, he didn't. I mean, no, he made his money off of private prisons.
Didn't he also make it like the
And
fuel
coal,
and all
yeah,
that stuff, like fossil fuel and all?
And he only recently changed like 10 years ago. It's like,
And
it's
all of a
been
sudden,
happening for a while now. So and
Yeah.
then all of a sudden, you know,
now he's guilty
yeah, like they're treating
after
him.
he made money.
They're treating him like, because he winked at them and told them they're pretty for a fat girl. And suddenly they're like, oh, he's so cool.
What?
And like, it's so stupid.
Somebody tells me I'm pretty for a fat girl? I'm gonna fucking hit you. You should just say I'm just pretty. He said that to somebody?
No, I'm saying an example. Like,
I really thought that he said that to somebody. I'm like, damn.
like the way he's treating, like,
People,
you know, because
yeah.
he's giving you a little bit of attention,
Compliments or whatever.
a little bit, like, it's like a compliment, but it's not a compliment. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's treating you like, I'm going to be nice to you, but underneath it, there's this rotten core. So it's like, what the fuck's the point?
Yeah.
And I don't know. And now he's attacking Bernie in Nevada.
Are you kidding me?
Mm-hmm. He's running ads. And everyone's like, the bromance is over. And I was like, you stupid bitches. It should have never begun. Because he's a fucking billionaire. It's like, it's no surprise that Trump's the president because like, everyone's so fucking dumb.
That time whenever Warren didn't shake
Bernie's hand?
Bernie's hand, and then like Steyer wanted to shake Bernie's hand, you could tell like Bernie did it kind of just like
he goes, yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay. And he walks away. So I don't think Bernie gives a shit about.
Yeah,
Steyer.
and I think he was just trying to piggyback off of Bernie's popularity, and I guess he kind of ran with it. And I like Bernie, and then of course idiots fell for it. It's just like he made his money in private prisons. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? The one thing, like, one of the major things that Bernie is against and that he wants to end.
Right.
And you're over here licking his asshole. Oh, I can't with these people.
I just can't.
I'm going to go crazy.
Maybe just don't look into politics for a week.
There's a debate coming up.
I know. We have to talk about it.
We don't have to talk about it. We could do
No, I don't mind.
Let's do a non-political.
Well, then you think of it, because
You think of it, because I'll talk about politics until the cows come home.
And I will talk with you. I meant it, like, let's not talk, don't look at the news because your head's gonna explode.
Oh, but then,
I didn't mean it that way, like.
Oh, okay.
I meant, like, I could talk about it forever, because, like, I learned a lot of stuff from you, and then Googling and stuff, you know what I mean?
The Googler.
I can't think of anything, because then I get nervous. What was I going to tell you? Everything's so stupid.
It seems like everything's going so quickly. Like, the Super Bowl feels like it was months ago. Iowa feels like it was...
Last week?
No, to me it feels like it was weeks ago.
Really?
Was it last week?
No.
That was New Hampshire. That was the week before.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago. Damn.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Now it's Nevada.
Yeah. Now we're on to Nevada, and then Super Tuesday, South Carolina, and then Super Tuesday. Woo-wee.
Mm-hmm.
Bernie better get a big chunk. Or they're going to give it to Michael Bloomberg.
That's insane how he just comes in. Bloop. Hey, guys.
And I don't understand, like, how Wall Street works or anything. Mm-hmm. So... But
I just happen to be an expert on Wall Street. I'm just kidding. Yeah, right. All of a sudden, I know that.
Well,
yeah. Anyway, sorry.
But they were saying like he makes so much money, like he's spent I think $300 million on ads already, and they said like what he has been spending on his campaign. Like that's just the interest he makes off of his money.
No way.
Yeah. Like it's
nothing. Yeah. I mean, he's a billionaire.
And
shit.
And that's who people. That's who people want to elect.
We're doomed.
Mm-hmm. And Bernie doesn't get the nomination. That's it.
Yes. Estuvo.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Stop it.
Hey, you've been making lots of noise
no,
today.
I haven't.
Oh my God, yes you have.
When?
With all that shit collapsing on your chest earlier.
Oh, yeah, but I'm going to edit that.
But then edit this.
I can't. Just kidding.
That's probably the biggest noise I've made today.
No, we'll see about
I've
that.
been counting. I've been counting. Have a clicker.
Zip. All right, so make sure to go out and vote. Are you going to do phone
Edit that.
calls for Bernie?
Am I going to do what now?
Phone calls?
Yeah. I don't know the number. Give it to me and I'll call. What do you do? You're calling people?
You sign up and you call people in Texas, and they need Spanish speakers, so you speak Spanish.
But then I'm not trying to be mean. Mm-hmm. But like, what if they're not legal and they can't vote?
Then they can't vote.
So then why call?
There are plenty of Spanish speakers that are legal.
Don't hate. My mom's from Mexico. I'm just being realistic because
do you
I've
want to do it with
experienced.
me next Sunday?
Like on a phone call? Like
Yeah,
where?
Here, in my house.
Okay, Sunday I will.
Like, you could come maybe like 2 hours early, and then we could do it and call people.
Well, I don't know about 2 hours early, maybe an hour.
Yeah,
Or
whatever.
I don't
you
even
can.
know because we'll just do it whenever we're here.
Yeah, because I'll probably do it Saturday and Sunday. Are you going to do Spanish speaking or no?
I'll do both.
Oh, I can't do Spanish speaking. You know, I sound like Buddha Judge. Damn. That's fucked up. Alrighty, so...
That's it.
We'll see you next week.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.